Your take on the Ballon d'Or is resonant of the wider, often understated perspective held by many football fans who prize achievements on the pitch over accolades handed out in ceremony halls. There's something particularly refreshing about valuing the day-to-day, season-to-season grind, the wins, the losses, the iconic moments that live on far beyond the glitz of a trophy night. For fans like you, the award might feel disconnected from the actual game, its controversies and politics often overshadowing the accomplishments it's meant to honor. The fact that you've followed it since you were a kid, even while remaining skeptical of its weight, speaks to both the award's long-standing tradition and the attachment it can create, even when it doesn't always align with what you feel matters most in the sport. It's fascinating to recall Kushta's unexpected presence on the 1987 shortlist, when an Albanian jury member ranked the Flamertari striker as one of the best players of the year. Seeing a name like Kushta amidst a class of luminaries like Ruud Gullit, Gary Lineker, Emilio Butragueño, and Marco van Basten brings a nostalgic charm to the Ballon d'Or's history. It's a reminder of how unpredictable and varied the criteria once were, even if today's award feels more standardized and tied to broader narratives around players. Non-European players were even ineligible, cutting out the likes of Maradona and other legends who were dominating globally. This, too, speaks to how much football has evolved, and how awards like these have shifted to maintain relevance in an era of globalized fandom and unending media coverage. Real Madrid's reaction to Vinícius Junior's snub highlights the weight the Ballon d'Or still holds, especially for players and clubs who have everything but a piece of gold-plated recognition on their mantle. This year, the fact that Real Madrid players, alongside many fans, viewed it as a historic robbery, speaks volumes about how much this award continues to ignite emotions. The Real Madrid boycott, cancelling their chartered plane, scrapping an entire planned 5-hour show on Real Madrid TV, makes it clear that while awards may seem contrived, they're anything but trivial to those involved. Richarlison's description of the award as football politics and Camavinga's comment about it being a product of favoritism raise questions about whether it's truly an objective measure of the best player, or more of a reflection of external factors, media narratives, commercial interests, or even personal biases. What's intriguing is how Real Madrid's absence arguably amplified the importance of the event. Ironically, their decision to stay away drew as much attention to the ceremony as if they'd attended. In the lead-up to the night, much of the debate revolved around the competition between Vinícius Junior and Rodri, with Vini appearing to be the popular choice among fans. However, Rodri, with his incredible season with Manchester City, stood out for his reliable, hard-working contributions, even if his more defensive role made him an unlikely winner. To the surprise of many, his consistency and achievements ultimately won over the judges, a choice some fans see as a more football-pure decision, but which others read as an example of how even the biggest names in the sport can't always control the results of an award. For all the mystique surrounding the award, it's still a bit surreal to consider how it's selected. The layer of secrecy France football builds around the Ballon d'Or winner is almost theatrical in its exclusivity. Editor-in-chief Vincent Garcia went to great lengths to preserve this secrecy, securing encrypted votes and personally managing the envelopes like a gatekeeper to an ancient tradition. And yet, despite these security measures, somehow Real Madrid reportedly knew beforehand that Vinícius wasn't going to win, feeding into conspiracy theories about insider knowledge, UEFA biases, or even football politics. But, perhaps it's the connection to these theories, the inevitable debates over bias, and the deep emotions it stirs in fans and players alike that keep the Ballon d'Or relevant. Even as you tuned in, it was IshoSpeed's live stream, a YouTuber best known for meme-worthy antics rather than football analysis, that boasted over 285,000 viewers, dwarfing the official Manchester City stream. This phenomenon isn't so much about judging a YouTuber's value as it is about recognizing how much football has changed. Fans will follow the game, even through silent live streams on channels that didn't exist a few years ago. It's a reminder that the meaning of events like these comes from our decision to give them meaning. The Ballon d'Or might be a bauble in the grand scheme of the sport, but the spectacle and devotion surrounding it can't be dismissed. At the heart of the Ballon d'Or's enduring influence is perhaps its role as a constant through decades of football. For nearly 2 decades, it was synonymous with the battle between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, who dominated the award and set a new standard in a GOAT rivalry that captivated the world. With neither of them on the 30-man shortlist for the first time in years, the focus on who deserved the trophy shifted entirely, leading to an entirely new narrative. In truth, the Ballon d'Or probably matters less to fans of a certain generation, who remember Kushta among the likes of Barnes and Matthias, and value the collective spirit of football over personal accolades. But for today's superstars, raised in an era where personal brands and awards carry unprecedented weight, the Ballon d'Or has become a milestone they're willing to fight for, whether in Madrid, Manchester, or anywhere else. In the end, the Ballon d'Or remains what it's always been, an award that resonates differently with each fan. For some, it's a lifetime achievement that puts a bow on incredible accomplishments. For others, it's a sideshow, more representative of politics and celebrity culture than the grit and drama that unfold on the pitch every weekend. But even as opinions diverge, the Ballon d'Or keeps the football world talking, generation after generation, a tradition with a legacy all its own, kept alive by those who, as you say, still choose to care.